Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. And I have a question for you, Heather.
What's that?
Have you completed your breakfast burrito?
Actually, I just finished the last bite. It was so good.
Heather was so excited to get a breakfast burrito this morning.
Courtesy of Mikey Hood.
Yes.
Shout out to her.
It was very sweet of Mikey, yeah. So it's a big weekend in Pittsburgh. The Garth Brooks concert at Highfield Saturday night. In fact, we just learned from Highfield they're actually adding seats.
How is that possible?
I don't know where they're adding them. Yeah, because this was already a sold-out show. But they are adding seats. They just tweeted it out. So that's good news for everybody that still wants to try to get a ticket, I guess.
Well, so when you're talking about 73,000 people already going to that concert, the biggest event at Highfield, how many more seats do you have to add?
I don't know.
Like,
maybe
we're talking like a couple dozen, or?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't have the numbers on that, but I assume they're actual seats. Like you're not sitting on someone's lap.
I don't.
Like you get a lap seat. We run out of seats.
Not a lawn seat. You get a lap seat.
Lap seat.
That would be something. That would really be something. So it was a big night last night with the Big Bang finale.
Yeah,
you watched it.
I'm not even into this show, and I kind of got sucked up into it. So I'm sure a lot of you were watching it as well. The series finale, 279 episodes over 12 seasons. The show is so popular. We don't want to give away how it ended, because in case you haven't seen it yet and you have DVRs or something.
Yeah.
But I will say, I personally was satisfied with the ending. It ended in a way that I think that everyone is going to be happy, and in fact, it wrapped up maybe sort of on a loving note for everyone involved, all the characters.
Well, you even stay tuned. Had a very endearing moment as well, kind of flashing.
Yeah, it's sort of the two episodes played off each other because, of course, young Sheldon is Sheldon Cooper when he's young. Hence, young Sheldon. And anyway, the ending of that was quite touching, where you sort of, I won't give away that either, but you sort of see a flash of where all his future friends are at that same time. And he's thinking about sort of that family that he doesn't even know he's going to have that will replace his feeling of loneliness.
Are you crying?
No, well, no, but I did get emotional at the end of young Sheldon in particular. It just gets you. And there's something about when a series is wrapping up, and like I said, I wasn't even into this series.
You feel connected to those characters.
Yeah. So anyhow, yesterday, I was sent on a mission. You went home and then they came over to me and said, David, here's what we're going to have you do. Go try to find a local Sheldon Cooper.
And he exists, though. He does exist.
Well, he kind of does exist. So there's this guy at CMU, at Carnegie Mellon, in the physics department. His name is Ira Rothstein, and he shares the same kind of job that Sheldon does. So he is a theoretical physicist who studies quantum mechanics and string theory.
It's just impressive that you could say that.
Yes, I hope I got that right. So I believe we have some video of him, and maybe he's talking about the comparison of him and Sheldon.
If you look in the background, you blow it up, is some formulas from a paper we had published. You know, I'm happily married. I have 4 children. I don't have the social problems that he has apparently on the show. So, but science-wise, I would say, yeah.
I thought that part was funny.
Yeah, science-wise, he's willing to be compared to him, but like socially, he clearly is not.
And then how about this guy? This is the other professor you found.
This is the other professor who also works in the physics department, and he's a fan of the show, and he compares himself to Leonard. He says he's very much like Leonard. And
you should ask my wife. I think I'm a little scarily close socially to Leonard.
Oh, really?
This sweater is something like 15 years old, and I still wear it every day.
Yeah, so he kind of embraced this comparison as well. And Ira was talking about some of his work, some of his published formulas actually showed up on the show, on that whiteboard behind Sheldon in the one episode. And so everyone was sending him that. I love their attention to detail in the show, that they had actual formulas up on the board.
Right.
Because, I mean, it's a comedy show. And I wouldn't have known as a viewer. You could have written a bunch of gobbledygook, and I would have been like, whatever.
Well, maybe it was.
So.
That may not have turned out to be a formula worth sharing with anybody.
Well,
but it was still on the whiteboard.
It was on the whiteboard.
It was a work in progress.
Published work. So thank you both to those guys for playing along with us.
So we were talking to you about this New York Times quiz that came up this week. And I think this is so fascinating because for some reason we feel the need to put everybody into a category. And so we have the baby boomers, we have the Gen Xers, we have the millennials, but now there's this discussion about this individual group that kind of overlaps, that you're not quite Gen X and you're not quite a millennial. And this is why. 1965 to 1980, you all get lumped in together.
So I would be a Gen Xer.
Based on this,
Based
yeah.
on this, and then the millennials from 81 to 96. So then this article came up with these zennials. So this would be 1978 to 1983. We're sort of right on the borderline. And then they came up with this quiz, which is kind of fun, to see where you are, sort of in your mind, spiritually. Are you a zennial? Are you a Gen Xer? Are you a millennial? So some of these questions that we thought were kind of thought-provoking.
So one of the questions, how many phone numbers do you have memorized? My parents, my childhood best friends, and poison control? My parents, and maybe not now that I think about it. So this was fun because we kind of talked about this, and
Right.
I have a few numbers memorized, but...
The numbers, do you have your home number memorized?
Yeah.
Okay,
and
well, that's
my
good.
mom's number memorized, my next door neighbor's number memorized.
I'm kind of not so, I have my home phone from when I was growing up memorized. I don't know our current home phone number. There's an admission. Because I never dial
Well,
it
you
and
said
I
it's
never
Gary's
give it out.
phone.
Yeah, it's really
Gary's phone,
Gary's
yeah.
phone more than anything. But I remember my childhood friends' numbers because you had to dial them. So like I
Wait,
remember.
did you dial them like this?
Well, yeah, it was a rotary phone.
And yet you took the quiz to see if you were a millennial. So strange
I know.
how that works.
Look,
Question 2 on this
hold on to
quiz.
it.
Your relationship with anxiety is never ending or occasional and circumstantial.
Yeah, and that kind of speaks to a lot of millennials do have anxiety issues. And then question 3, we thought this was interesting. So you accept an invitation to have dinner at a friend's house, Friday at 7 p.m. So you show up at your friend's on Friday at 7 p.m., which would be me, or you live text from the moment you leave work that you are leaving work, and then throughout your journey and upon your arrival, you are still texting. So you might be later than 7 o'clock, but you don't really think you're late because you're keeping them apprised
Of
of
your
where
journey
you
to
are.
get there.
So it's okay that I'm not there yet because I'm sending you a picture of me in my Uber,
Yeah, like
and
a-
I'm almost at your house. Yes.
I'm on my way. Snapchat. Yeah.
So which is you?
I arrive at 7 o'clock. Yeah.
You do? Okay, good.
Yeah.
That would be me too.
I can't, the Instagram stories, I can't keep up with these kids. Okay, so but this got us talking about a whole other area of being a millennial and how things have changed over the years, and how do people meet now when you're dating someone? Because so many people use dating websites and
Right.
apps
Yeah.
and services like that. I mean, I don't even know, do people still meet in bars?
I don't know that people do meet in bars. I think either your friends hook you up, like say, oh, you should meet so-and-so, or I think it's through an app a lot of times.
So
Yeah,
I
it's a whole different world.
I had mentioned to you that I have seen advertisements on event websites for speed dating. So they're still trying to push this whole thing about speed dating. I don't know
Right.
if people actually attend these events and if it works.
I don't know. We should, in fact, let us know. Let us know if you have experienced speed dating. and-
Recently.
Yeah, and we will share that story. We will explore this a little deeper. But speaking of speed, we have some questions
Yes,
for
we
each
do.
other this morning. We're calling them rapid fire questions. So I have 10 questions for Heather to answer, like quick one-word answers, and you have some questions for me too.
Okay, go. I'm
Okay.
ready.
All right.
Although I'm not at all.
Okay. All right, number 1, sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Sunset, okay. Minivan or convertible?
That's what I'm driving now is a minivan, not by complete choice.
Twitter or Facebook?
Twitter now.
Okay, better vacation spot, Florida or California?
I've never been to California. I will go with Florida.
Vegas or New York City?
I've never been to Vegas. I'll go with New York City. Although I live there and I don't know that I want to go back.
Okay. Would you rather eat pie or cake?
Pie.
Okay. Skip it or skateboard?
Skip it. You know that one.
Hip hop or country?
Hip hop.
Red wine or white?
Depends on the day.
Oh, okay. Interesting. You are a
feeling saucy.
multi-leveled person, Heather Abraham is. Steelers, Penguins, or Pirates?
Oh, I love.
Or all of the above?
I love all of them, but I really love going to a Pirates game.
I know, it's so much fun.
Are those your
It's
10?
great. Yeah, those are my 10.
Okay, ready?
All right.
Coffee or tea?
Tea,
Pizza or Chinese takeout?
pizza.
Early riser or night owl?
Oh, night owl.
Weekend wear? Jeans or sweatpants?
Jeans.
Music? Personal playlist or streaming service?
Personal playlist.
Cook or go out?
Oh, go out.
Beach or pool?
Beach.
Shower in the morning or at night? This is getting a
Morning.
little personal. Cake or pie? We
Oh
had
my
the
gosh,
same
that's the same question.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cake.
Okay.
What did you say?
I said pie.
Okay, cake.
What is your spirit animal?
I would say a lion.
All right.
Okay.